Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel tonight as the one and only Fox and Bridgeman. Evening, gentlemen.
Well, can I say a huge good evening to you guys in the panel? Massive good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Have you still got that coronavirus?
No, back at you, coronavirus. No, I'm happy. I'm recovered, right, but I'm recovered.
All right, well, were you out today?
No, I've not been out. All
right, okay.
Well, I'll tell a lie. Wait a minute. I'll tell a lie. I was in the shops today, yeah. But I'm okay.
Well, I'll put you on a real Rangers supporter who made his way to the game yesterday through thick and thin to support his team. Mr. Fox, give us a report.
Oh, where do you start with yesterday? First of all, a big congratulations to any Bears that made it to the game yesterday. It was a miserable day, and I thought the team done well to get a result because of the weather conditions, mate. It was horrendous inside Ibrox. First time I've ever noticed the flag's gone one way and the corner flag at the corner of the Broom Loan and the Sandy Jardine gone the other. The wind just swirled about yesterday. Very difficult for the players. So a 1-0 result I'm quite happy with.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't happen to make your way over the day before, did you?
No, I sat tight back of one to make sure whether the game was on or off, mate.
All right. I don't know if you listened to the show yesterday. We were picking up some stuff. The people who had to pay fortunes to stay for the game yesterday. The people who had to, the boys that we know for Plymouth who came up for the game. The flight was at 3 o'clock yesterday. They had to fly down. You know what I mean? What people do for the Rangers above and beyond the call of duty, and just if the players could maybe get it a wee bit, it might help us in this running.
Absolutely right, pal.
I mean, I met Denver yesterday and his boy Sam. I mean, they travelled all the way from Denver and they actually cancelled flying down to watch the Arsenal game yesterday because it was rescheduled for Rangers. So, big up to Denver and his boy Sam.
Here, mate. Here. Bridgeman, back to the game, mate. Puffed and puff first half, wasn't great. Bit better second half. I would say we done okay in the second half, if I'm being fair. And maybe could have ran out 2 or 3 goal winners, maybe 3 or 4 even. And then the last 5 minutes became a bit nervy.
Yeah, I agreed. It was the longer we were trying to hold the defence out, our defence hold them out. It got a bit more nail biting. Yeah, I agree with you. The first half was, Rangers should have been better than we were, but we're not. I think we've proven over the week, over the last couple of games that we've played, is that the weather is a massive leveler. That game against Hamilton Accies, the wind was absolutely howling. So it can be a very tough game under that weather. And the Sunday was no different. In fact, it was worse because you had a bit of rain in it as well, and the pitch was a disgrace. So all I can say is well done, as Fox says. I'm sorry, echo what Fox says. Well done to every fan that went over on Sunday. That was a massive.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, I'll be honest with you, I don't blame you if you weren't feeling well for avoiding that one, mate. I know I pull your chain, but honestly, it was a day for the house.
Oh, absolutely. For me, anyway. Absolutely.
Aye. But it would be great to hear the stories of some of the players that are out there that maybe travelled and couldn't get because they had to go back on a Sunday morning. I believe Big Ulster I got a message that somebody met Big Ulster in the Blue Star Club and Saturday, so I wonder if they made the game with the people from Plymouth. Just stories. They're funny but no funny, if you get my point, Bridgeman, you know?
Aye, absolutely. I have to say that I don't know, I don't know how many fans were actually there overall. I think we gave out the normal, which we do with the tickets that's been sold. And of course that becomes apparently there was a wee bit of a joke about that by the Livingston management. They had a wee joke about the crowd that was there, and I'm thinking to myself, well, no probability there was maybe 40 of them.
Aye.
And they want to talk about us.
I've got to say they've actually done a good job there, mate. They've got a well organised team that are big and powerful, definitely beat. Yeah, there could have been. I thought it should have been a red card on your vice captain.
Guthrie.
Sent that for his tackle on Connor Golson,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bad challenge, Fox. You might have got a good view of that.
I came in at the side and took his ankle away from me. I thought it was a red card. It'd have been a red card if it had been a Rangers player.
Also, there's a few things that went on now. The penalty, absolutely 100% stonewall penalty. No doubt about it in anybody's language. And I think I heard somebody saying it on Follow. I not heard, saw somebody saying it on Follow. The linesman's apparently said, "Oh well, with that kind of weather, it couldn't be helped." Words to that effect, So they're making up new rules. That was a stonewall penalty.
What one was that, Bridge?
When the ball came across and Goldson was waiting to come into him, and the guy stuck his arm up and hit his arm. You never saw that one, no?
I'm trying to remember that. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I just can't remember it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
second half, Fox. Second half.
100% stonewall penalty, and why he never gave it, nobody knows. But it's a bit like these mysterious ones, and somebody jumps on the back of another player, and not just once, but another game. So they're taking games at a time and jumping on people's back and getting away with it. Not even getting talked to sometimes. Shocking. In anybody's language.
But getting back to the game, mate, it wasn't a classic, but under the conditions, I thought both teams done as well as they possibly could. It was very hard to judge your pass in the swirling wind, and there was a lot of moans and groans when players were over-hitting the ball and maybe sometimes a wee bit short, but the conditions were horrendous, Ox, absolutely horrendous.
In some respects, wind's the hardest game to condition to play in, Fox, because if you underhit it, because you think the wind's going to take it and it doesn't take it, it looks terrible, and if you overhit it and the wind takes it.
As I say, it was actually swirling round. It was blowing down the stand side and also blowing down the Govan side. So it was very hard for players, mate, and especially for defenders trying to judge balls in the air. It was just all round a real shitty day, if that's the right you call it.
Can I just say, Oxter, and I think every Rangers fan in the whole world will probably echo these words. It was a great 3 points to get yesterday and get that game away from under us with that weather. Just shocking. The teams are, and I'm not saying other teams didn't play in bad weather, but for teams under our league system, for teams to play in that kind of weather, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Anything could happen. Absolutely anything.
That's the league, mate. You've also got to deal with what you've got to deal with, mate.
Indeed, pal. Indeed.
The points there, skipper put in the lobby. The lads for Corby heard the game was rescheduled. Or they were travelling back down the road last night in Northumberland on Saturday. Turned around and headed back to Glasgow for the night.
Nice one. Nice one.
The game on a Sunday, yeah.
I like that.
Fair play to them.
Right, okay. People want to join us. Give us their thoughts. What's the number, Fox?
Number is 0141 356 1972.
What else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Old School Blue or Fox will bring you in and look after you. Enjoy yourself, because they're nice people.
Oh, they are. It's Old School, particularly a nice guy.
Oh, dear.
And if you phone in, hang up if you're on the phone, and we'll phone you back. But sometimes it's not possible. You run everybody with the number of calls we get, Fox.
Aye, people are just a wee bit patient. We'll get you in as soon as we possibly can.
Thank you, mate. Right, so a good 3 points. We've been joined by our first caller. Port Bear's joined us. Evening, Port Bear.
All right, boys. Bridgeman, Ox, Fox. How you doing, boys?
Hi, Port. Okay, bud. Okay.
Aye, very good, mate. Very good. Yes, aye.
Sun shining down there in Port, no?
No, I can't say what it is, but it's not very nice, mate. It's not very nice. Aye, interesting game yesterday, boys,
Hard conditions, mate. I know we could have done. I thought we'd done okay second half, but One's a difficult one to play in, isn't it? I mean, it's difficult to get your passing right, isn't it?
Very difficult, mate. I think it was the Bridgeman that says it. I mean, the weather's a leveller, mate. It can make the best of players, can it? Look, less than ordinary at times. And, you can only see with the thing you've been given. And unfortunately, that's the weather. That's the pitch we've got at the moment. And the pitch doesn't help neither, I don't think. You're saying to the guys, get it down the deck. But it must be murder and all, mate, playing on that surface, because it's horrendous. I don't like to make excuses, Ox. I really don't. But, it's just we've got to deal with it at the moment. And try and play through this wretched dip in form that we're going through.
I was reasonably pleased with the first 35, 40 minutes of the second half, mate, if I'm being honest. I thought we played some decent stuff. We just we should have scored more goals, and they defended, stuck to their task, and obviously we got one, but we should have had more. Arguably, there was goals that was chopped off. I've not seen them a day again to judge, but and I think we could have easily scored another 3 or 4, and then obviously the last few minutes we were holding on. But I was pleased with a lot of stuff in the second half, but considering the conditions, poor.
What I was pleased with, Ox, I was pleased with, toughing it out. That's something I've questioned over the few weeks here, especially against Hearts and Kilmarnock, because it felt like to me, when any teams decided, I'm going to go for them, I felt that we lacked a bit of leadership, and a bit of experience to meet these teams, and fight it out. And then we lost in 2 games. But yesterday, in another wee sort of positive spin on it, they toughed it out, mate, didn't they? It was horrible conditions, a horrible team to play, physical team, and we managed to get it over the line. All we lacked, in my opinion, yesterday, was a wee bit of creativity and a wee bit of guile, just in finishing yesterday. And that'll come, mate. We're trying to, come out the other side of this slump, and that's probably one of the best ways to do it. A result against them and a wee result against Braga midweek, and that'll hopefully we'll reignite our season, mate.
Hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. We've also been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, gents. How we doing? How are we?
I'm all right. Your good self.
Aye, not too bad at all. Thank you for asking. Just finished a lovely big plate of stew there and a big.
I was just going to ask you that, you.
Aye, big plate of stew, Bridgeman, and I
love it. Love
it.
Was it done by her own hands?
Certainly was.
Did you make it?
No, she done it.
Wee bit of pie paste.
Yeah, wee bit of pie paste, great as well. Pastry. Aye, it was.
You are absolutely spoiled rotten.
When you say a wee
spoiled
bit of
rotten
paste, you mean one of these squares are a decent bit?
Well, I'm talking about the size of it, a dinner plate or something. Well, I'm fairly stuffed. It was great. Smashing big dinner she made me very kind.
No pudding, Rudy. No pudding, mate.
No, I had a Cadbury's cream egg and a cup of coffee after it.
That'll do, mate. That'll do.
What a shocker. What a shocker.
Partial to a Cadbury's cream egg, and apparently they're doing 3 for £1 at the show along the road. So anyway, she nipped in there this afternoon and got me 3.
I'm sure there's a joke in there, but I don't know if I could tell it on the radio.
I know, I mean, there's kids listening,
Aye.
Listening.
Sure, I could tell a joke.
It was a good 3 points yesterday, Ox, wasn't it? The second half was better than the first, obviously. I got hanging on a wee bit for the last sort of 5-10 minutes of the game there, lumping balls into the box, best they could, try to get forward, try to get the equaliser. They're a big, strong, well-organised team, Livingston. They've done really, their coaching staff have done really well with them, but Alfie's goal, I just heard you say there you'd not had the chance to see it again. Well, I did. I looked at it again. I was about to put it on, I think it's Twitter or something like that. Alfie's online. So he's online. He's in line, with the last defender. He's onside. It's as simple as that. That's 2 goals in 2 games, 2 perfectly good goals. Is there any wonder Alfie's in a wee bit of a sulk? There's 2 goals. The boys had chopped half, 2 perfectly good goals. So, you can say what you want about Alfie and maybe he's falling.
It was actually quite a good forwards finish, mate.
It was cracking. He took it really well, and he, as I say, he was onside. You can see it in the picture. He's in line, so he's onside. Once again, another linesman making a daft decision. That's just they stand up with the reality of what actually happened. But these things happen on a week-to-week basis, don't they? But look, yesterday was just a good 3 points, Ox. We just needed the 3 points by hook or by crook. You know, we got a bridge, man. We got the 3 points. We move on to the result.
Can I ask you, Rudy, and I know you've said something about looking at one of the goals, but overall in that game, there was a whole big number of things that went totally against Rangers.
Well, serious thing, talking about Bridgeman, you were saying about the penalty. Yeah, it was actually Connor Goldson who went to the referee and said to the referee, why is that not a penalty? And it was the referee said to Connor Goldson, Stephen Gerrard spoke about it after the game. Referee went to say to Connor Goldson, well, it's down to the conditions, really, you know. I mean, I don't think I should have gave a penalty for that. You know, so... Wow. So now they can make it up on the hoof now, whether they're going to give a penalty or not, depending on what it looks like. Ridiculous.
They've been doing that for a wee while. When they sent off Candias mine, they sent him off for blowing kisses.
Blowing kisses. Sandy Harley sent off for punching the air in the middle of the park.
Disgraceful stuff.
To be fair, Andy Halliday was waving.
You know, but anyway, that's what Stephen Gerrard said, Bridgeman, after the game. He said that Connor Goldson went to the ref and says, why is that not a penalty? And the referee said to Connor Goldson, because of the wind, basically, because of the weather. You know, I've never heard anything so idiotic in all my life for a referee, and that really is saying something considering the standard of refereeing, that you would use the wind as an excuse not to give a penalty. You know,
that's why they should make them, Diggy. They put mics on like rugby referees.
Sorry, what was that, Port?
I'm saying that's why I always think they should be mic'd. These records should be mic'd, mate. They're cheating buggers.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying the right words now for me.
No, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, but the tackle on Connor Goldson for the boy...
that was a red card, Rudy.
Guthrie.
Aye, right. That's a red card all day long. No matter what league you play in, that's a red card all day.
Red card, mate. I must admit.
The same referee, Ox, sent Cosgrove half at Parkhead. There
was a lot of similarities in it.
Well, I mean, the similarities were that the two of them went in, you know, studs up. Cosgrove's never touched Ayer. Ayer started rolling about the park like the proverbial sniper had just got him for the stand. But if you actually watch it, Cosgrove hardly touches Ayer. Well, that was different yesterday. That was a sore one for Connor Goldson yesterday. But he deemed that the Cosgrove one was a sending off. But yesterday, the tackling Goldson, that wasn't it. Laughable.
I thought it was a red card all day long. Listen, get yourselves on mute and we'll hear from the manager for yesterday.
Okay.
And see where it takes. Is that all right?
Good on you, absolutely.
It's an important win, and I'm very pleased and proud of the boys. You know, it wasn't an ideal situation for the players or the fans. The game getting moved 24 hours. We had the option to play it on a Monday night, which wasn't ideal for Thursday. So Sunday it was, and today was all about getting the win. You see the conditions, the wind, the rain. You see the pitch, and obviously the form that we're in right now. Admittedly, we're not in our best form at the moment. The win's very important.
How difficult did the postponement make preparations for today?
Well, it just delayed everything, really. You know, yesterday we're waiting around for the right call. I think that the call was right to cancel the game, but then we have to head to the training ground and do an extra session when the boys are basically in game mode. That's not ideal. So, look, we've handled it really, really well. I'm really pleased with the boys' professionalism and attitude. And I thought at times today, especially in the second half, you could see us creating a lot more, which is what we're used to seeing. And I think we certainly deserved our victory. People will say we rode our luck at times with the one off the post and the McGregor save, but for me, Alfredo's goal's perfectly onside, and the referee missed a blatant handball, so we could have been out of sight before they had their moments.
What did you make of Flo Camberry's one late on?
I think if I take me Rangers hat off, he's just a fraction off, but I think Buffs is on.
You mentioned the attitude. Is that something in terms of steps forward that you've been especially pleased with today?
Yeah, well, look, I think when you're not at your fluent best, I think it's important that you continue to win football matches. I don't think we won ugly today. I think the game was ugly because of the conditions, but I think at times we tried to show quality. We created a few good chances first half. Andy Halliday's had one tipped on the bar. Stephen Davis has had a fantastic chance. The Buff could have scored. And the chances we kept creating, so that's very pleasing. We still need to be a little bit more organised. and difficult to play against out of possession, certainly when we're going into fixtures like Braga on Thursday night.
How pleased have you been with Scott Arfield's positivity in the last couple of weeks?
Delighted. Scott epitomises what we want from the staff. Out of possession, he shows grit, he shows fight. He's there for you, and in possession he's always available. He stands up and be counted at important times, so we're extremely happy with Scott at the moment, and we're looking for all them experienced leaders in the group to help us keep pushing towards our top form. When we do, we'll all be in a better place.
Can we check on Andy Halliday as well, because that looked quite a nasty one?
It was, but credit to him carrying on. Most people would have went off with that. Andy's attitude's been fantastic. His last two performances have been good, so we're pleased with him, but he's gone over the advertising boards and nearly lost his eye because the chair has gone into just above the eye. He's had stitches and carried on, so I'm really pleased with his bravery and his character to carry on.
If we just touch on Braga, are you confident going into this one?
Well, look, it's a tough game. We're always going to be confident and have belief in ourselves here at Ibrox. Full house, I'm sure it's going to be rocking. But we're playing against a team that are banging form. I think they've lost 1 in 8 or 9. So we've got respect. But look, we deserve this opportunity, and the boys do, because they've worked ever so hard to get it. So let's enjoy it. But the only way to enjoy it is to get the right results.
Go back, gentlemen.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Very good.
Roger that.
All right, I'll take you around the panel. My own thoughts are that I'm pleased we've got an honest manager. It's no somebody doesn't say somebody commented there. They gave you an honest opinion. I'd rather have that every day of the week. Portbear.
100%, mate. There's no point in ever sugarcoating anything. And I think some people say he's too honest at times, but she's as a man. I know we've been criticised over the last few weeks, mate, about, calling out players. Me, I feed off things like that. It's just in working life as well. If somebody jars you or questions, how you're performing at work or just in your normal everyday life, that sort of thing drives me. You're not going to say it to me about me again. So I like the way he is, mate. I think he's very honest. I respect the guy 100% for his honesty. And long may it continue, mate, because he's still a man, as far as I'm concerned, to lead your team.
Yeah, Rudy, how many other managers in our league would they come on and say, yep, that was offside?
Many.
That was a goal, yeah.
I mean, you hear them all the time, especially when, if you're listening to them after a game against Rangers, there's all sorts of excuses, and this wasn't right, and that wasn't right, and it's like, shut up, especially in the run-up to the end of the season when we were playing really well and battling teams out of the park, Steven Gerrard, there's very little he actually comes out with that I disagree with Ox, and if I disagreed with anything I would say on here, I'd tell you I disagreed with him. But there's nothing there really to disagree with. It's a fairly concise summation of the game, truthful summation at that. So you have to just hold your hands up and say, what a guy, it really is. And maybe he's occasionally, maybe did make mistakes in the Hearts game and stuff like that. And we want him to do better, because if he's successful, the team's successful, and we're all happy. But he's always honest, Ox. You very rarely hear him saying anything that you've watched a game and think, well, wait a minute, I don't think that's right. Whereas we heard that before. Some of the guff we were listening to, the complete garbage for previous managers, we were listening to some of the stuff they were talking about, and and it was like it was like I'd been sitting watching a different game to them. But Steven Gerrard's not like that. He tells you exactly how he sees it, and 99 times out of 100, it's exactly what we think we've said on here. Either that, Oxter, or he's listening to you, mate, before his pressers.
He usually texts me. You see what he should say and shouldn't say.
He's a class above. He's a class above Oxter, he really is.
And he does live in the West End.
Oi!
As opposed to Mary Hill, then, eh?
Oi!
South Mary Hill.
South Mary Hill, right, okay.
Bridgeman, it said we started clicking and making chances in the second half. We could have had a penalty and a goal, and we got a goal. And he's right.
Absolutely. Look, this is the same, our manager, yeah? It's the same guy, according to Follow, some of the boys at Follow. He's been pilloried by every single newspaper in Scotland now. He's been told he's rubbish, he's this, that, or the next thing. That's apparently what's happening to him, to our club and our manager. There's columns everywhere primarily apparently by obviously a load of old Celtic players and the Rangers haters within the mainstream media.
You think the Rangers support wake up in the morning and think, I need to hear what Chris Commons is saying?
Exactly. I'm just saying, I don't know who they were, but I'm just saying it was hoity do it there. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm listening to my manager saying this, and he turns and he says, asked a question, and a straight answer, well, take my Rangers hat off, and it was a bit offside there, but the other goal was a definite goal. And you think to yourself, is this the same guy that is going to get run out of the country by these people? I'm sorry, he's brilliant. The guy is absolutely brilliant.
And so are you, but have you ever tried that, taking the old Ranger half?
Sometimes try that, and sometimes can't get a half. I can't get a half. But no, I was when I was playing football, I was one of the fairest in my mind. I was one of the fairest guys about decisions. No, not about play, but about decisions. And one of the things I used to hate, and maybe poor Bear will know this, when your man gets caught offside, and somebody starts shouting and bawling about this, that, or the next thing. I was a captain, and I was always run up to them and say, "Shut your face and get out of there and ready for the ball." Because if you're not there, it's not going in. And it's the same when it was if we get caught out and the guy gets played onside, we've got to fight with each other or argue with each other. Just shut it up, get on with it. The referee's blew the whistle, just go on. You can't change it. He's not going to change it. Finish. Just go on with it.
You're right about the whistle, mate. I don't know anybody. The whole game will play with people arguing. You'll never get that whistle changed.
Correct.
You'll never get it changed. Port Bear, you come with that one. It's true, but isn't it?
Unless there's VAR involved.
Unless there's VAR involved.
Aye, well, that's the VAR's changed football, mate. In my opinion, it's absolutely changed football. Sometimes I think it's for the worst, but then another time when you see how fair it is, you're like, right, fair enough. But certainly that what Bridge is just saying there, it's the old thing, play to the whistle, just accept what's happened and you got on with it, get back and get organised. That's just what you've got to do, because you're never going to change his mind. And unfortunately, our referees are in our country. We're never going to change their mind, mate, regardless if our decision's right or wrong. So you just better, put it your head and get on with it.
There was an incident yesterday, Rudy, and Stephen Davis. It wasn't the worst tackle that happened yesterday, but it was a yellow card. Nice move the midfield by the Rangers. Davis had his back to the boy, played it around the corner, get took for the back. Yellow card all day long.
Yeah.
But Stephen Davis jumped up and going with it. Now, again, people would say, well, why should they not roll a boot, get the guy booked? But I don't know if we want that, do we? Really?
No in particular. I mean, if you're going to talk about refereeing decisions, the three major ones yesterday for me, Ox, was the tackling Goldson.
Red card all day
long. The boy with Aram in the air in the box, and Goldson was behind him waiting for the ball coming out, is a penalty all day long. You can't blame the wind. That's pathetic. Well, it's windy, and Alfie's goal was onside. There's three major decisions that the linesman, the referee.
It was on the same linesman, wasn't it? It was on the same linesman. Absolutely.
So there you go. There's three major decisions. Now, Steven Gerrard could have come out today and just absolutely went to town because we won the game yesterday. He could have come out and went to town on him. It's no his style. He doesn't do that, And you see Stephen Davis yesterday. That was a bad tackle on Stephen Davis. The boy came right through the back of him. So he did. And as you say, it was a yellow card all day long, and that's what the boy got for it. Stephen Davis dusts himself down.
He'd already been booked today and nothing happened to him.
Oh, sorry, that's right. But he was on a yellow. That's right. Sorry, Ox, you're right, mate. Aye. So he'd been on a yellow. The boy, the ref allows it to go. But he's maybe looked at Stephen Davis and thought, right, Stephen Davis is just getting up and getting on with it. He's not making a big fuss about it, and that shows you the quality of Stephen Davis, the experience Stephen Davis has got. He just wants to get up and get on with the game, And it was a fairly hefty challenge, But he gets up and gets on with it and shows you his class. But Ox, there's no getting away from the fact there was three major decisions that they got wrong in that game yesterday. And I keep saying it's an ongoing thing, Ox. It really is.
I think you've been on here long enough, and people who know me, I'm never one for trying to I've never known a ref that puts a ball in the net, and I never know a
No,
ref that's
I know.
it, but I've got to say that Walmart's Bridge at times he's got a point, you know.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we'll be joined by a caller. Evening, caller. Hello. Oh. He's there, but he's not talking.
Don't be shy. Come on now.
He'll be back in a minute. Carry on, Rudy.
Aye, Bridgman's right, as you say. You know, Bridgman's often, pointing out discrepancies. He's pointing out big points in games where the match officials are getting it wrong. And he said the other day, and I heard him say it, that this is every game now. These things are happening, and it's hard not to talk about them, Ox, because they're such major decisions. You have to talk about them. Referees don't stop you for putting the ball in the back of the net. Well, I don't know. Alfredo scored 2 good goals in 2 games there, and were disallowed. But if your quality shows against a team, 9 times out of 10 you win a game. But when it's a tight game, Ox, when it's a tight game, and the conditions are no great, and they're getting these big decisions wrong, and sometimes you've just got to talk about them. You know what I mean? I want to see us just score goals, and regardless of refereeing decisions, win games, because we've got the quality to do it, and our momentum's no great at the moment, but that will come back, hopefully.
It must be frustrating, but Rudy, it must get to you. It must get to you sometimes. I mean, I'm like yourself. I never want to have excuses. I just want to bury teams so we don't need to rely on these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it must just get really, 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 I can understand sometimes why Alfredo Morelos has got what about a chip on his shoulder. I really can.
Keeping them out of themselves. I bet he's that Bridgeman, isn't it? You hear him having a wee crack and biscuit.
I heard it, mate, yes.
I mean, you look at the other night, another port, and Goldson says to the referee, what's that all about? And he's going to have his nut because of a tackle. And then he books, Goldson gets booked for questioning the referee's decision. The tackle.
I'm saying, mate, it's embarrassing.
It's ridiculous. It really is,
It's happening so many times, not just this season, but in successive seasons, probably for the last 3 or 4 seasons, there's been some absolute shockers against us decisions. And I've said earlier, I'm in my head, when I'm sitting watching the Rangers, if I see us any of our players doing something wrong, I'll think, well, wait a minute, that could have been a free kick against us or something like we got away with that. And you say that in your mind, or you say it to your mate sitting next to you, we got away with that one there. And we see it. It happens. Referees do make mistakes. We make mistakes, and the referee sometimes doesn't see it. And that's fair enough. But no so glaring as that. I mean, the linesman couldn't wait to put his flag up yesterday, in my opinion. He couldn't wait to. I couldn't believe that Morelos' goal wasn't a goal. I couldn't believe it.
How do you stop it? There's a question, boys. How do there must be loads of evidence. There must be loads of evidence.
VAR would be the answer.
Right.
I mean, Bridge, I know we use sick, mate. And offside for the Morelos goal, you would never view of that, you would know.
Well, you don't. I would. For me, I would see that all the way. We would see, and the guys running about us would say it as well. Oh, God save us! And no argument if the referee, if we think it's offside, we got away. Okay, it's offside. But it was never offside. And all the boys looking along the line, for either side, looking along the line at that, they can see that it wasn't offside. And okay, it might be actually close. It might only be half a yard or something like that. But for God's sake. The linesman puts his flag up as soon as Morelos is clearing on the ball. Nah, wrong. And then I don't know how we're going to change it. Poor Bear's asking a really good question. I don't know how it's going to change. I'm a great fan of a system, be it VAR. It's something that's got technology in it and something that takes the responsibility away for making the decisions to a completely neutral body sitting somewhere in Timbuktu. I don't care where they are. As long as there's no end to do with Celtic, and that's all I want. I just somebody that's got absolutely no influence by Celtic, because Celtic have got a massive influence in this whole setup of Scottish football, from the referees all the way down to up to the top league. I mean, somebody told me today. Hello? Somebody told me today that Malky Mackay was on sports.
Across you, the calls are
right. Okay, pal. Right, I'm in. Okay.
Right, go.
Hello.
Hello, how we doing, caller?
Hello, how we doing? You all right?
Yeah, what's your name, mate?
My name's Jimmy, mate. James.
Oh, that's a great name, mate. One of the best ever.
Yeah, how you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, what's on your mind, mate?
Well, basically, so I'm a Celtic fan myself. Not gonna lie to you.
Right, on you go, mate.
Bit of a Celtic fan, but I was just wondering, what's the cocaine up there like where you are, you cunt? Is it good? Good. Yeah. You doing good deals, boy?
He must have got his gyro.
My God. Yeah. Crisis loan or something. Is that a crisis loan he got?
Aye, it'll be something.
Aye.
That's a prime example, eh? A prime example of what I'm speaking about. Unbelievable.
Best
Just
fan to the world.
unbelievable.
Best fan to the world. What a tool.
Don't say any more about it, please. Don't say any more about it.
No.
Ox, take a deep breath, Ox.
I'm laughing, mate. I'm laughing.
It's great.
I'm just getting the price list for him.
Mum will start phoning. Lab's got his number.
Drugs are fun, Mouse. Drugs are fun, Mouse.
Well, you just heard that there, didn't you, Ox? You know.
Okay, get his Rudy, get his number and we'll just start sending him Chinese and kebabs and that to his house.
Says phoning taxis in the taxis. Oh dear. Wow.
What can you say, Rudy?
That took the wind out yourselves, Ox, eh?
Aye. All right, but we're joined by another caller.
Hello?
Evening, caller. How are we doing?
Not bad, mate. How's yours?
What's your name, mate?
Alan. I've phoned up a few times in that.
All right. How are you doing,
I'm a
mate?
listener as well to this for a long time.
What's on your mind?
To me, I feel the referees in Scotland, and not just in Scotland in general, it's the whole thing. I think there should be a point system with them. If they do something wrong, they've got certain points that they can get above the band. Or if they do certain things, or they miss certain things that is dangerous, like the Golson tackle yesterday, which to me was a red card any day of the week. Obviously goals that we should be given, goals that should be disallowed against us as well. And I mean, it's like, as a Rangers fan, that we're getting refereed in a different light to.
It's becoming frustrating. I feel the frustration, mate. I think we're all hurting, but there has been big calls in the games, but the performances at Tynecastle and the performances at Rugby Park, they weren't great neither, mate.
Nah, I know that's what I made a point last week when I was on the phone about the performances. But
I'll accept there is decisions in the game that could have went away for maybe their first goal. You could argue Morelos when he put the ball in the net and should that have stood in at Tynecastle.
It's just you're spending a lot of money to go and support a team home and away, and especially.
What's your views on Bridgeman's a big fan of VAR? What's your view on that?
Well, 50-50, but to be honest with you, if we had it up here in Scotland, do you think that would help out Rangers more so, or I think it would go against us?
With the guy on yesterday,
50-50, to be honest with you. But
he said that you could play, you could appeal to VAR 3 times in a game.
That could be a good thing, but maybe that to come up and protect Rangers, because I think we are, as a club, we're getting it for the referees, the local FA and all that. We just don't seem to be getting a break, and as soul destroying as a Rangers supporter. Every time you're watching a game or you're going to a game, you feel you're going to a game where you're going to get refereed differently.
Aye, but I mean, it's never been my way of blaming the referees. We've got to put the ball in the net, Rudy, haven't we?
Aye, 100%. If I get chances in games where, like Wednesday night against Kelly, we had chances in that game where the ball should have been in the back of the net and just didn't click up front, you know. Our front three just weren't working well at all. But also you could look at that game today, Ox, and say, one of the Kelly goals was a handball. The goal should never have stood. I mean, these are ongoing things. But it's like I said 5-10 minutes ago, your quality's got to show sometimes, though, Ox. You come off the park, you win the game regardless of the big decisions. 3 major decisions yesterday that I pointed out a few minutes ago. You could call a referee and the linesman out for their decisions all you want, but at the end of the day, you say to yourself, they're never going to change them, So you have to just pull your socks up, stick your chest out and go on with it. And you're going to have, these players need to know they're refereed to a different standard to every other team in the league, and they just need to go out there and show their quality. There's nobody in this league, and I'm including Celtic in this, that has better players than us. The referees in this country, they're either cowards, there's a couple of cheats in there as well, but they're basically cowards because they know fine well these decisions will be, they'll be in the newspapers, they'll be on, or the pundits will be talking about them, they'll be on the, sports scene getting lambasted for decisions that they give to Rangers. And I think there's a caller, one of the guys that used to come in here a lot, and we haven't heard from him for a wee while, but he often said it's easy to give a decision that's to the detriment of Rangers because they won't be lambasted for it in the papers, whereas if they give a decision that goes in favour of Rangers, they won't be.
Mount Vernon.
Young Mount Vernon, young MV.
I should have said those are young Mount Vernon, though. He's getting on, mate.
Aye.
But he said it
that's what he said, yeah. You're right, Rudy.
Subject came up, he said it often enough. It's easy for the referees and the linesmen that are to the detriment of Rangers. There's very little you can do about it, Ox. I've come to that decision, I've come to that conclusion. There's very little that you can do about it. And it's up to our players to go out there and score the goals that win the games. There's very few games where we don't actually create enough chances to win the game. And the same as just, as Wednesday night against Kelly, we had the chances there, Ox, to win that game. So that's how you defeat, score goals.
Listen, now we're going to have to let you go. We're getting a lot of interference through your phone, mate. Yeah.
Sorry. Before I go, mate, I'd like to ask. I know that this may be a daft subject, but there's a wrestling event coming up in April, and the guy is going to be main event in it. It's called Drew Galloway. He's a big Rangers man. I'd like to see all Rangers fans getting behind him, and because he's a big Rangers fan and he represents Rangers in America.
I've seen a lot of his stuff online, mate. One of yours, yeah.
So let's all get behind.
Is it in the SEC?
No, it's WrestleMania. It's the big event over in America, and they're playing a big stadium. He's fighting
WWE.
He's fighting Brock Lesnar, the former UFC guy for the
WrestleMania.
He's an airship boy, isn't he?
That's a boy. Aye. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre.
He's fighting for the world title. So that's what I'm saying. If I'd like to see all Rangers fans getting behind him.
Well, I'm sure me and Fox could make a trip, mate. If you pay for the tickets, we'll certainly go.
I'd go myself if I had the money myself, mate. But I'd love you to leave these guys. And
all right, brilliant.
I listen to these every night.
I see a lot of his stuff on the line, mate. He is a bear, mate.
I like the WWE, Alan. I like the WWE. I watch it all the time.
Mate, that's what I'm saying. Let's all get behind them and support them. I know that we scripted in that bit. The other day, he's one of our own, and we always support one of our own. That's what Rangers is.
Well said, young man. Well
said.
Well said.
Right, guys, take care of yourselves. We are the people, no surrender, and love to the beautiful Rangers.
Cheers, well.
You know how Bridge likes the WWE? That's the way
I
he
do.
played football.
It's what?
I like it.
That's the way he played football.
Played football.
Oh, sure. Do you think Rangers have lost? See, for 6 months, I'm going to put this out here. I think teams were terrified to play against Rangers the first half of your season. And that's one of the things I think we've lost at the moment. I don't think anybody at the moment are fearing playing against us again. Obviously, we went that big run. I just think we've lost a bit of fear factor, mate. I hope we get that back very soon.
But I think you know yourself. You watch them and they're sitting there at some parts of that game. They're sitting with 10 outfield players within 4 yards of their 6-yard line. How you score a goal against them, I don't know. It's just going to be pot luck, and that's what they think. Their fear. I agree with you. Their fear, but they can quickly break for that. if they get the ball, if we lose the ball, give a stupid pass, they can pump the ball up a wee bit. And sometimes they'll get quick players in their midfield that can actually get 10, 15 yards and hold the ball. And before you know it, they're up in our half. That's how easy it is. Sorry, pal.
I know these things didn't seem to matter the first half, though, didn't it? No, we were just playing teams off the park, in my opinion, and I just felt, teams really dreaded playing against us. I just think we've lost that wee sort of spark.
Whatever it is, Port, whether it's confidence or people have studied this during the winter break and they've got our number, we didn't start back and we got a bad result and it's just went from bad to worse. Something's happened.
Aye.
But it doesn't make any sense to me, though, Ox, because in the 29th of December, they should have took a huge amount of confidence for that game. They went away and they got a great result. They played some great football, scored a couple of brilliant goals. You thought by the time they got back after the winter break, they'd be buzzing. They'd be itching to get back to it again. They'd be full of confidence.
We told the boy Alan the noise was coming for him. It's coming for you.
Oh, is it? I don't know what it's. I'm not doing anything different to a normally do.
Maybe your belly rumbling.
Right, I'll go on mute just now.
No, carry on, mate.
You're right, okay. So, and I don't understand this. I don't understand what's went wrong in Dubai. Has something went wrong in Dubai? I don't know. I mean, I heard Jimmy the other night saying, he thinks something's went on behind the scenes. I don't really know. All I can say is I would have thought that after the good result on the 29th, they were absolutely, they should have come back, buzzing to get back onto it again, should have been brimming with confidence because of the great performance that they'd put in, the great result that they'd got. And since they've come back, it's just the performances have just been so lacklustre. I mean, even against Hamilton, you look at the result, 4-1, and you think that's pretty much a really good result. Result-wise, it is, aye. But I'll tell you, my thinking on the game is that that 4-1 flattered us a wee bit, Ox. I didn't think that was a 4-1 game and all that.
We haven't played well since the 29th of December.
Yep. And
it's a long time ago. Bridgeman?
100%. We have not played very well at all in any games. Remember, we get 10, 15 minute spells in a game where we look really good. But seriously, nothing like the shall we say, the passion that's required for our team and the tempo in the game. It's not there. It hasn't been there. And of course, I personally, and I hope guys don't go on to me for this, but I actually think it's because of Alfredo Morelos. And I'm not saying too much about him other than the fact that something's happened with him. I think he's put on a wee bit of weight. I think he's been sidelined with off the field issues, and he's lost a bit of form with a kind of combination of both, and possibly other things as well. And his wife's pregnant. No, that's nonsense about somebody messing about with his car. All these things they've got to totally take. And I think we saw in the other day he's starting to come back onto form. And that was a smashing goal he scored, and it get chalked off. The other night against Kilmarnock, scored another good goal with the head, chalked off. And he's got to be thinking, the stars aren't going to shine for me at all. But sooner or later, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. But I think we depend so much on Alfredo. But the thing is, you watch him the other day there, and he was bringing people into the game, making good passes because he knew how to play. And that's the truth of it. Probably the only one who knew how to play. But I think that's one of our problems. Not that he's a big problem, but he's got problems. Sorry.
But Bridge, how does that affect Ryan Kent's poor performance?
No, I'm just saying that in my opinion, it's only the way I look at it. If Morelos isn't scoring goals, if he's not right on it to even get shots in and get them missing, his whole game is all about in there and fighting. And other people feed off of that. And if he's not doing that, then they're not feeding. And that's the way I see it. They just aren't feeding. They're not getting any in. There's no scraps coming. Nothing at all. And all you're getting is their centre halves or full-backs just standing there, ball coming to their chest, head the ball out, and it's so comfortable for them when Morelos in uniform.
A good point you make about Kent. And there's a lot of people saying that he's playing in this inside left channel and it doesn't suit him.
He's
the boy's got to make decisions. And I'll go to Port Bear. You've played with guys that have got ability. and that boy's got ability. You've seen the goal. The goal was scored at Parkhead, how difficult that was. You've seen the goal was scored against Hearts at Tynecastle. It's no flukes.
I don't doubt the guy's ability one bit. I'm a big fan of him.
He's no go at that other 90%, mate.
Yeah,
and that's attitude, mate. He's got to find it.
That's what I was getting to, mate. I think it's all about attitude at the moment for Ryan Kent. But I also think, Ox, it's only an opinion, of course. I think the instruction he's getting on how he's to play, I was going to mention this the other night, it's the instruction he's receiving about that Barisic overlapping him. He's got to make the space inside. But the trouble is, when he's making space inside for Barisic to overlap, he ain't making the second part of the run. He's not making space then for himself. He's running into alleyways, he's running into dead ends, and it's causing problems for himself. So he's doing the first part, coming inside, allowing Barisic to go outside, but he never shows for Barisic. He runs into people, he runs into no space and just ties himself up. So you just need to be a bit more clever. That's just his own cell, mate. But it could be the instruction, mate. He maybe not understanding the instruction he's been given, and I don't know.
It's not that difficult a game, is it?
It's not, mate. It's not. But it's only a wee couple of tweaks, mate. A wee couple of tweaks. But I'll tell you, Ox, see when Hadji came in the middle of the other night, I don't know if you agree with us. See the pass he played in for Arfield's goal. I felt when Hadji came more central, it was more influential.
We've been joined by a crochet port bear. We've been joined by another caller. Evening, Battle Bear. How we doing, mate?
No, this is Baloo.
Oh, Baloo. Sorry, mate. I said it wrong. Read it wrong. How we doing, Baloo?
I've been called worse.
Are you a Rangers fan?
You hate yourself, you.
Well, what's your excuse?
You're getting a touchline ban for that rubbish. You behave yourself. Listen, I was just I was listening to the show. It's been a really good show again tonight.
You're quite quiet, mate. See if you can turn your volume up a touch, mate.
I don't really think I can do it. This is a crap telephone, I'm afraid, guys. Hold on, I'll try.
Pull the string tighter, man.
Eh?
Pull the string tighter.
I'm sitting closer to the phone.
Right, carry on, mate.
Can you hear me now?
No, but it doesn't matter. Carry on.
Right, okay. No, I was listening to what you're saying about the, what's went wrong and all the rest of it. And I kind of think that, I don't think the break went badly. I don't think the trip to Dubai went badly. What really happened after that, in my opinion, I thought about this and I think, see that game against Stranraer, he made 8 changes. And after the game, it wasn't a good performance, but we won. But after the game, he came out and actually quite widely criticised a few of the players. And I think that may have affected the camp a wee bit because, I mean, he was pretty derogatory about them. He basically more or less said, these guys ain't going to get a game because I gave them a chance there and that wasn't any good at all. And from that point on, we've actually lost several. I said this the other night, we've lost several players. Alfie was banned. Tav was injured. Barisic is now injured. Stephen Davis was dropped a few times. Just to rest him and all that sort of stuff. So I think the flow went a wee bit in the team. That's all. And I think maybe that first night, that 8 changes to the team. And then the next game we had was against Hearts. I mean, Hearts just hammered us that night. It wasn't as if we just didn't turn up. It was a really, really strange experience watching them. I can't actually, like everybody else, you can't put your finger on it. But I think the accumulation of things, all the players missing for different parts of the field and all the rest of it. And then, some of the goals we're losing are absolutely dreadful and really stupid. And that doesn't give any confidence in the back row. And the back row is the part that's been changed most than anything else as well when you think about it. Because we've had 3 centre-halves or 4 of the centre-halves maybe even playing. And we have lost Barisic and we tried Flanagan and that didn't work. And I mean, I think Andy Halliday was probably the man of the match yesterday. And I thought he was actually really good the other night as well. Some of his passing the other night was actually exceptional. Nobody really talked about it, but some of his passing in that game the other night I thought was really, really good. So, largely speaking, we've not been great, but I don't think we've been as bad as some of the results have. We're all talking about referees, and I'm not complaining about the referees not getting his goals and all that sort of stuff. That's easy to do that. But see, one of the boys earlier on mentioned the fact that Goldson get booked for complaining in the Aberdeen game for the guy that clattered him. For God knows how many times he'd hit people that night, and it was Goldson that get booked. Now that's your centre-half getting booked with maybe 20 minutes to go. That puts him in a difficult situation for the rest of the game. and yet the guy that's getting booked by some people isn't getting booked. And that's the sort of psychology I think that's affecting us as well, because we're getting booked for nothing, and we're not getting fouls against us for getting hammered. I mean, you said it, the game last night, that tackling Goldson was brutal. And then there's the guys diving on top of Tavernier, diving on top of Morelos and that sort of stuff, not even getting spoken to, not even getting booked. So that whole combination of things has really got to affect your happiness. And as well as that, the weather's been shite as well.
Well, I can sort out the referees, I can sort out my form, but I can't sort the weather.
Okay, you need to speak to your dad.
Aye. I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. See your point about the Stranraer game. I don't know how often you listen to the show, Billy, but Fox was banging that drum. Play our best team, get the rhythm. I don't like to say it, mate, because it's only twice a year he's usually right, but he's been spot on.
Well, I think so. I mean, that was the night you wanted to come out, just back for your holidays, feeling on a high and all the rest of it, go in and batter in 7 or 8 goals. And then, fortunately or unfortunately, to that point on, all the changes weren't forced on us. So it would have
need rhythm.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it wasn't a good performance. The fans were on the edge. The managers come out and criticise people. So that might just have affected everybody's happiness. And even Alfie, I don't even know if Alfie was back at that time. He was still.
No, he was suspended. He was suspended for the last year.
I didn't know if he was back in the country either, because remember he was late coming back. But anyway, I think Fox is on the button. That's what I thought at the time. I thought that's a big. See if we'd have won 7-0, it'd have been a great idea. But unfortunately, we didn't, and it wasn't a good performance, and it was at home, and it was all things considered, it didn't work out very well for us. And from that point on, it's just sort of progressively went downhill a wee bit. But like Bridge was saying a minute ago, you can see the likes of the work that Alfie's doing. He's getting closer. I mean, the other night, that one that hit the top of the bar, I mean, that could easily went in, and that clown sitting, criticising him. I mean, he nearly threaded it through the goalkeeper's nostrils. The goalkeeper was that far on top of him. You know what I mean?
Aye, we do, mate. Listen, if you want to hang on, we're going to have a tune. You might know the words.
I might just,
You might just know the words. Get yourself in mute and we'll have a tune.
Here we go.
The boy girl so young to Glasgow City did come, seeking fortune and when you way of life. How could they all know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, when here's how it goes. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your hearts and voice. We celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Four lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kids, not even a ball. He still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Less had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball, but they still carried on. The Rangers were born, 54 titles, we're still going strong. Lawrence had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no cash, not even a ball, but they still carried on. The Rangers were born, 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
No, Bridgie Boy's one of his favourites.
Oh, just dancing right in the scullery, boy. Just scudding in the scullery.
Scullery.
That's for sure.
Scullery,
Yep.
How do we describe the scullery of our foreign listeners, Rudy?
Some of the way you do your cooking and eating, or in my case, the missus does the cooking and I do the eating. You go, that's where your scullery is. Eh?
Right, okay.
That's an old bridge, man. I've not heard that for a long time.
Aye, the scullery. Aye.
Funny.
Where are you? I'm in the scullery.
You're
Get in
never
that
in
scullery
there,
and wash the dishes. Old fashioned, isn't it? We used to call it a kitchenette, and now of course it's a fitted kitchen.
Oh, you've came a long way, boy.
Watch my floors. Don't drop anything on my floor.
I hope she listens back to the archives.
She does. She knows everything I'm saying. She's sitting in there listening to me.
Anyway, Baloo, I'm going to bring Fox in, mate, if you don't mind, to take up that point you made and see if he still feels so strongly about it, because it makes a lot of sense when you think back. Fox, you made that point. Yeah, I think you made it a week before the game, even, and you were really annoyed at the time, mate.
Well, when you look back to the year before, we never got off to a good start. We were beaten by Kilmarnock. I just thought it was important when we had a relatively easy tie to get the first team out there and, as I said earlier on, getting into a rhythm, scoring goals. But we didn't do that. We chopped a lot out the side to give other people chances, and we've never really picked up since, Ox. Can't add much more to it than that, Paul.
Is that the point you're making, Baloo?
Aye, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying. And even the fact that it didn't go well didn't help. It was a cup game, which really should have been better, probably saying as little as possible about it. But I think the fact that it came out, I mean, he was really quite open in his opinions about it. And I thought that wouldn't have helped anybody. You know what I mean? It just wasn't functional. There's no need to do it. I mean, if you're going to dress people down, you've got to do it in the dressing room. You've got to sort of pull them aside. You don't need to do it, especially when they're actually just trying to get back into the team. You know what I mean? And it was the first game after the holidays, if you like. But it's maybe naivety on his part. I mean, he's still a young man. We've got to remember, this is only his first job. So we all make mistakes, and his mistake was probably picking that team that night the way he did.
Is it possible we overtrain? I mean, I heard him saying in his press conference coming for yesterday that because there wasn't a game on Saturday, they went and had a first team training session again. Maybe we're training too much, mate, taking a lot out of the players. Surely it's more beneficial coming into these last few months to be playing games, even 30-minute games, than the constant training all the time.
Aye, but that's the thing, is we don't really know what training they're doing. I mean, see, Gary Holt came out after this defeat yesterday, and he said that it was Holt, wasn't it? He said that, you know, the players were upset. He said, I don't want to hear any coming back in after this game today and saying, oh, we didn't have enough time to prepare, or we didn't get this done, or we didn't get that. So Holt came out and said basically the same sort of thing about the training, the preparation. So maybe we didn't prepare properly. You might be right though about the training, but surely that's what all this really technical team has got there. All these guys that are, you know, assessing fitness. I mean, they wear these heart monitors every day, every game, and they're doing all these stats all the time. And actually, I was of the opinion lately, I'm thinking, I wonder if we're overdoing the stats and underdoing the experience of the likes of guys like Gerrard and his coach. What was his second charge?
Gary McAllister.
Aye, exactly. I mean, two really top players. And maybe they're overdoing the advice that they're getting for the technical guys. Maybe they're saying, all right, okay, he is a bit tired, or he's this, or he's that. But surely we all respond differently to different types of training. I mean, some of the players... I mean, I remember, see the Motherwell semi-final with the Betfred one, where we get battered off the pitch, the guy gets his nose broken and that sort of stuff. Me and my brother were sitting at the game, and we're sitting watching Ryan Jack warming up, and honestly, he wasn't throwing anything into it at all. But here we have Steven Gerrard saying he's one of the best in training. He works the hardest. He's at first, he's in the last, and all that sort of stuff. So it's hard to know, really. I mean, I've never played at any good level in my life, but some of them just don't. I don't know. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for Ryan Kent because he's getting pushed about all over the park, and I've watched the games 2 or 3 times now, even the last 2 or 3 games, and
oh, you're a brave man. You're a brave man.
Oh, I know that. You said that the other night. I thought I'd get tore in again. And I just feel that, you know, we're trying, but maybe we're getting too far up the pitch and we're squeezing everything in, you know, because we're at the point now we'll get like 20 players like in the last 30 yards of the pitch, and we're wondering how we can't play through them.
That's when real good coaching kicks in, and I'm going to pass you to Portbear. Not that he knows what real good coaching is, but he might have read the book, right? Portbear, that's when you're going to, that's the real intricate stuff about killing space, using other people's space, storing still, all the intricacies of the game that I don't know if sometimes you can teach them.
That's what we spoke about regarding Kent and Barisic in the first half of the show, mate, wasn't it? It was just this is some you can't coach it, you don't train that. It's instilled. You develop that through your under 8s, right through. You develop all these wee things, make space for yourself. But in my opinion, mate, it's one of the fundamentals of football. You pass, you move, you find a space, and if you get marked, you find another space, you move. I don't think we've got enough movement, and that's what I keep saying. Kent keeps, for me, running into dead ends. He doesn't. It's game awareness. If you look at, I'll give an example. Hadji, before he took the ball to his feet, mate, he's looked about 3 or 4 times. Kent doesn't do that. You know, maybe you can learn that. You probably could learn that. But you talk about natural ability. When Hadji receives the ball, he's already looked, mate, 3 or 4 times. He knows where that ball's going to go, and he's probably got 2 options or 3 options where it can go. That's what Kent is today, you know, to make it all work again. But as I say, mate, the first 6 months, we weren't moaning about this because it was working. The exact same style of football was working. And I just think there's a few wee tweaks. And to me, I've seen this to you on the show, mate. For me, it's attitude. I think that some of their attitudes are wrong, you know, or their mental side of the game is wrong at the moment. We did suggest before, I said this, I felt they trained too hard, and I felt maybe over that winter break they should have rested, because we'd played, like, was it 40 games up to that point? We'd played like a season's worth of games in the first 6 months. If you take the qualifiers from the very start of the season, mate, we'd played 40 games, so I thought maybe we'd been better resting with some light training.
Good point. Baloo, you want to come back in, mate?
Well, I think I couldn't disagree with it there at all. I'd never really thought about the training aspect of it and how it was impacted, but I think that makes a lot of sense to me. It really does. I mean, like you say, I'm actually just finished reading a book the other night. It's about, you know, a young boy who was a chess champion. You know, he's an actual person, a chess champion in the States. He went on to become a Tai Chi champion. And basically he talked about his training and how he became super fit. And he said, you don't need to train all that time. You don't need to be at that top level all the time with your training. You know, it really helps your game if you can learn to actually, you know, almost like meditate, you know, keep away from it, just even for a few minutes during the game. And he said it actually lifts your performance. So it could be they're maybe needing some advice and something like that. I don't know. But I agree with what Kent's saying. Kent keeps running into corners and he makes 2-3 yard passes and he seems to stop quite a lot and he seems to wander a wee bit. Whereas, like that Hadji, I mean, he actually, I don't know how many times he finds space. So if you look at this game, yesterday's game, again, watch how many times he had you free in the penalty box, usually at the back of the penalty box. He's waiting for something to come his way.
If I've been fair to that boy, that's the last 2 games at Ibrox. He's scored the winner and he's made the winner.
Aye. I mean, that was stunning. I mean, that ball was underneath him. And I think it was his left foot that was planted, and he had hardly any back left to get that pass, and he got it right on the button. It was just an absolute class pass.
He made a difference, didn't he, lads, when he came into the centre? I think he made a difference when he came there.
He always wants the ball, doesn't he? He's always wanting the ball. Obviously, that's the enthusiasm of youth, but he seems to have a special talent. Did you see yesterday? I don't know if you noticed below the 2 corners, they took one after the other, 2 different feet.
Aye. Oh, even the commentator said that. I said, I still don't know if he's right-footed or left-footed. And that's the glory.
Well, to be fair, Bridges' coach said that to him after 12 years.
Aye, but that's different from having your shoes in the ring feet. But in saying that, I mean, that's surely the joy I'm coming into the middle of the park. Because
doesn't know where you're going to go,
nobody knows what's going to happen next. That's got to be a real challenge. But really, the protection to the referees. But
can I come in and ask? Yeah.
The left and right footed one. I was only jesting. You know that.
No. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. There's no bamboozlement in that. Nothing to do with that. I was just going to say, Paul Bear's absolutely right. But I still think the first 6 months of this season, Alfredo Morelos was absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. Scored all 8 goals in Europe with fabulous play. Great goals. And he was carrying us for such a long time. And since he's got his wee bands and so on and so forth, and then the summer, you know, the winter break there, he missed a few games. You know, we as a team, we're reliant on him. But he sparks us. He sparks the crowd. He sparks the players. Everybody in and about him. They all look for him, play off him. You name it, they can all do it with him. And he gets, if any final passes, get a decent ball into the box, and he was putting them away. He's a wee bit, I would imagine he's maybe a yard off the pace at the moment. It might take him another month to get back in. That's what I feel about it.
Can I ask Ox a wee question about it?
Yeah, on you go, mate.
Just regarding Morelos, does anybody think Morelos is maybe once again messing with his future, maybe getting a move to a bigger club? Because I think, see this sort of huffies in again, and you know he's been out of form. Does anybody think he's maybe messing about with his dream move eventually, get to a bigger club?
Got an improved contract last week.
I know, mate. I know that. You get what I mean, though?
You know, so he must have been happy at the time when he got the improved contract. I mean, improved contract's not just to benefit him, it's to benefit the club as well, you know, so it's all about holding on to him. And when he does finally go, which will happen at some point, when he does go, you know, we get a hefty price for him. So him and his agent must have been happy enough, you know, at the time. And that's why I don't understand his performances.
I don't know if that's been signed yet, Rudy.
Has it not? Right, okay.
No, I don't know if that's been signed.
I was just going to ask that. I was just going to ask you that, Rudy.
No, it's not been. I don't think it's been signed. It's been speculated. Okay. But you know what it's like. You get the improved contract. You get 2 dinners instead of 1.
Yeah, my good boy, you do, aye. But see, as far as the Kent thing's concerned, I've said this to you often enough on here. You know, I'm a huge fan of Ryan Kent. You know, the very first time I saw Ryan Kent, I thought that boy's got something about him. I kind of, Blue the Bear said he feels a bit sorry for Ryan Kent there. So do I. I think he's been played in the wrong position. They're asking him to do stuff just now that doesn't benefit him and doesn't benefit the team in any way. Some of the best performances I've seen from Ryan Kent is on the wing. Play him on the wing, let him use his pace and his trickery to get down that left side of the park and cut the ball back, you know, make the crosses, cut the ball back into the box. That's the second half of last season and most of the first half of this season. That's what the boy was doing, and it was working brilliantly. He was playing well, so he was. Just now they're asking him to come in that, but for the sake of allowing Barisic to get up there because of the sweet left foot that Barisic has got, he's coming inside to that inside left position, and I just don't think it suits him. I mean, how many times did we watch him at the end of last season tearing the right fullbacks a new one, just letting them play on that left side of the park and saying, look, go out and do what you do best, mate. Get to the byline, cut the ball back. You know what I mean? I mean, he done it against him.
See the game at Rugby Park? He started the first 5 minutes and went past about 4 of them as if they weren't there.
But he's got that ability, Ox. This is the thing about him. So why not just play the boy in his natural position, which is out in the left wing? Just let him play out there. You know, if in a couple of games, like if you put him out there and you say, right, we're going to play you in the left wing, right, that's where you seem to prefer to play. Put him out there, let him do his thing. The same stuff he was doing the end of last season, the beginning of this season, put him back out there again and get him to do the same thing. If after a couple of games you can maybe then say, look, it's a confidence thing with a boy. If he doesn't improve, it's a confidence thing, which I believe it is. I believe it's a confidence thing with him, because he's got the talent. It's as simple as that. He's got the talent.
Let's bring Baloo back in on Kent. On you come, Baloo.
Well, you can't. How can you disagree with that? I mean, like you said, he's done it. He's proved it in the past, and he's shown his strengths. And his strengths are definitely getting. He's got the speed. He's got the best feet. He's actually great. It's just at this moment in time they're asking him to do things that just don't work for him.
Yep.
He's coming inside, and there's nobody going outside him with any pace, or else there's no room for them to go outside him because it's so congested. The teams we're playing against, they're filling the back. I mean, there's virtually no way through them, and we're always right on top of them. We're playing sideways almost up to the halfway line, and then we've got everybody compressed in their half, and we're expecting runners to get past people. There's no room for it to happen. So we need to try and. I mean, the game against Kilmarnock, we lost it. We should never have lost it. We were 1 up. We should have said, right, okay, if you want to try and have a go, have a go. And then we could have got in behind them. And I said to you on the night of the game, well, maybe the following night on the phone, that I actually watched it back. And really, we were getting through them. There was a spell probably, maybe into the second half, 10 minutes or something like that, where they had 10 or 15 minute spell where they were causing us some problems. But we were getting through them really quite well. And that's at a time when they were battering us, fouling us, and the ball hitting the bar and all the rest of it. We were quite unlucky with a number of things. And then they get the freak goals when the pressure came on us. That went into bad defending. But really, that's the sort of thing that, that's where Kent can't do anything about that. He can't do that. If there's no room for him to run into, or the people aren't seeing the passes for the game, then he's between a rock and a hard place. The boy's he's not got any choice or any, what is he going to do for their run in? And that's what he's doing. He's trying to come inside and he's running into his own team. He's got all the boys for the midfield, like Arfield and Aribo and all the rest of it, and it's congested. So
I don't know how many times, Blue, in the last few games where I've watched Ryan Kent get into the last third of the pitch. He's into the last third of the pitch. He's got the ball at his feet, and he's had to go across the 18-yard box looking for somebody.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
He's got to find space, but Rudy, I mean, if you look at Hadji always seems to find space, and is that a natural ability, or as Ox says, can you learn this? He's got to look for space, mate. He's got to find it. He's got to move. He's got to constantly on your toes moving, mate.
But players.
Yeah.
I mean, Hadji's more a number 10, isn't he? That's the kind of...
100%.
He's a number 10. Ryan Kent's a winger. Mm-hmm. So Ryan Kent's not going to think the same way Hadji thinks. Hadji uses both feet, as Oxtail's just pointed out. He took 2 corners, in quick succession, one with his left and one with his right. Nobody knows if this boy, what's his preferred foot, because he seems to be able to use both of them, which is fantastic for a number 10. But that's no Ryan Kent, no Mark. Ryan Kent's a winger, so he is. His preferred way of playing is getting to the byline and knocking the ball back into the box. That's what he should be doing. That's where he's done his best work.
And this is probably when you'll see the best of him in the next few games when we get teams like Braga that are going to actually play football against us. They're not going to park 2 buses in front of us. They're obviously going to try and hit us in the break, but they're also a football team and they're going to try and play football against us.
Yeah.
And is the pressure off us, guys? Do you think the pressure's off us for this game on Thursday, or is it on us?
I think it's off us. It's off us because
that's what I think.
I'd say that enough. Yeah.
But we're not playing well, and they are playing well. You know, I mean, they've beaten everybody above them in the league so far in the last since the return of the
Porto twice.
Benfica, Sporting Lisbon.
Let me cut across you, lads. We've been joined by Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, troops. How are you all doing?
Right, Albert.
All right, Mucker.
Hi, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
What's
Good,
upsetting
man.
you tonight?
I'm no ranting tonight. I'll give that up. I'll give that up. I'm not doing that again.
I thought it was funny.
I actually watched the game again this morning, and I'm going to apologise to Golson because he actually played no too bad. I'm not saying he was brilliant, but he played no too bad. He played better than I thought he played. But anyway,
feeling you just don't like that boy.
Nah, I probably if I meet him, I'd probably be his best pal. I know he's probably a really nice guy, but I don't like the way he defends. I really don't. But anyway, apart from that, the big problem I see what we've got at the moment is we're just no scoring goals. I mean, I watched it again this morning. In the first half, I don't know what we use, but there's 4 sitters we're missing there. I think the sitters going to at least take 2 of them, at least take 2, but we don't. And that's bringing the pressure on us, especially in the last 10 minutes, because already teams are setting up to get to the last 10 minutes, last 15 minutes of a game, then they go for us, because they know that defence of yours is quite likely to make a mistake or concede a goal. So that's what's happening. But we need to put teams away, and we're creating chances, guys. We're actually playing better than I thought we were playing, because there's some nice football did get played yesterday in their conditions, believe it or not. We just don't put the ball in the net, and if you're not putting the ball in the net, as we all know, amateur, professional, junior football, if you don't put the ball in the net, you're in deep trouble, you know what I mean? So, as far as I'm concerned, that's my problem. Ken is a winger, I agree with Rudy. He is a winger. He is a winger.
Yep.
If they score them goals early, albeit like you're saying, if they score them goals early, it's a different game, innit? If pressure comes after you, it lifts the crowd, the team feel better about themselves. That's all it takes.
See if we take the goals yesterday, Port.
Yeah.
That's a 5 or 6-0 victory we've got yesterday. If we take the goals,
it makes a big difference.
Right in the first half.
Yeah, I agree 100%, mate.
Final third has been poor, really poor, Albert. I agree with you. I mean, if you look at Alfie yesterday, he's got the opportunity to pass the ball to Kent, who's basically standing all on his own. But as Alfie, he decides to have a go and balloons it, over the bar, and you just think, I'm shouting at the telly. I'm like, for God's sake, passes on there. And he just...
He's not even shooting the right place. He's not putting it even in the far corner. He's just taking a big mad swing at it, and you're going, come on, you'd better than that, son. What's that all? But it's either a pass to Ken or you're aiming for the far corner. Across the keeper, right, Port, across the... I mean, that's your choices. No, I'm just going to take a big mad swing, and he actually shanked it right away into the stands. You're getting it, good grief, man. It's bad. That's bad. That's when I start saying you're not playing for the team, son. You're playing for you. I hate players doing that. I just hate it. I'm going, look, we're all in the team together. We're all there together. We play together. We win, lose, draw together. And if you're starting to just decide, well, I'm going to do it for myself, well, get out the team then. And as far as I'm concerned, the big boy Canberra come on, and he did make a difference. He made a huge difference. Not a difference, a huge difference.
Well,
and Fox was shouting about putting him on the wing. I was in, play him on the left or the right, and I was a wee bit, I don't know. But he's right. He was out there and he made a huge difference. I quite like the look of that boy. And that's my forward. That's my forward line for next year. Yep. Dykes and Canberra. That's my forward line for next year for Rangers. I'm telling you, we get they two in that team and design a system around they two, we'll batter teams all over the shop.
Good problem would be keeping them on the pitch, mate.
That's true, but we've got Defoe is back up there. The wee man will get a barrel load next year, an absolute barrel load. Play with one of them or two of them, I'm telling you. I like that boy Dykes. I really do like that boy Dykes.
I agree with you all, but we were talking about it was a guy called I think it was Andy Ox, wasn't it? A guy called Andy on the pre-match show, Ken, and we were talking about Dykes, and there was a few on here we're pushing for him to be brought in, and just saying we should have been had a look at him in January and thought about brought him in January. But there's one or two of the guys are saying, well, he's no Rangers quality, and I'm thinking he's big. He's 6'2". You know, he's a big, strong boy. You seen that shot for him yesterday? It was an excellent shot. You know, scalps off.
He's got a bit about him, Brody. He's got a bit about him in football wise. I know he's not just a big batter, man. He's got a bit of football about him.
He can play a bit, Albert. I'm with you. Yeah, I'd certainly be looking at the boy in the summer. Definitely, I'd be looking at him.
What kind of deal is he on?
Couldn't tell.
You know, the last 6 months. You know, in the last 6 months, his contract.
Is he really? Well,
I'm sure he is, Rudy. You know what?
A bottom dollar on it, then, Port. There'll be teams looking at that boy. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? There'll be teams looking at him.
He's a handful. I was one of the boys that says he wasn't good enough. I'll say it. I didn't think he was.
I didn't want to mention your name.
No, I'll say it, mate. I did. I says it. He didn't look. I did say when we got Canberra, out of all the ones we were linked with, like Dykes, Canberra, etc., I felt Canberra was the most technically sound player. I just thought he was a big, you know, hammer thrower, as we've called him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understand why the point of us is. Sorry, mate.
Don't think that about him then.
You know what? Done it for me. Rudy, see the night if we played Livingston and the big Orlando, just basically, you know, bullied him and put him in his place a wee bit. And I watch him and I watch his touch and I watch his, you know, he's still not the best technically gifted player for me. But I'm now coming into the idea where if we had a player like that, it would give us a different option up front. We've not had that for years. It's just a different option. That's exactly, mate. So I'm not as against it as I was, but I think we should be aiming for better players than that, mate. Honestly, if you want to continue to develop in a better team.
All right.
I can't see. Can I just say it? As far as I'm concerned, no. It's no Dykes for me. No for me. No way. That guy would be sent off about 10 times a season, without a doubt.
You've got to remember, Bridge Rangers are new for everyone and anyone.
I'm not saying that, but he would be sent off. He would be sent off. He can't. The way Rangers play, he does playing against Rangers and against other teams, he gets away with. He doesn't get away with it. He'll not get away with playing for Rangers.
I know what you're saying, Bridge, but what do we do now? Sign players that are not going to get sent off?
No, I never said anything like that.
What does it mean? What does it mean how you'll get sent off?
But what's his strength?
His what?
What's his strength? His strength's challenging people. Challenging. Big, strong boy. No fear. No this, no that. We've got one of them who's been sent off 5 times this season. Alfredo Morelos.
He's not been sent off for a tackle. What we are He's not been sent off for any violence.
I'm trying to say that to you. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
He's been sent off for petulance. That's what he's been sent off for.
Put that boy in with a Rangers jersey on you, and I'm telling you now, he'll get sent off a load of times. He will. Plus the fact they're going to want a lot of money because it's Rangers. They want a lot of money for him. No for me. No for me. No, sorry, guys.
That's all about opinions, Bridge. I mean, if you'd have maybe said to me between him and Canberra at Christmas time, who would I take? I might have took the boy Dykes. Because we've seen him, Canberra, we'd never seen a lot of. But listen, you've got to accept that the coaching staff know what they're doing below.
I'm going to do that, yeah.
You still with us, Below?
Still here, listening.
Aye, the coaching staff, you've got to let them build their team.
Aye, definitely. Well, to a certain extent, I still think there's a wee bit too much science and too much tactics. I don't mean tactics, like stats and all that sort of stuff involved. Because there's a lot of guys touch the ball a lot of times. And, I mean, for example, and I really don't like decrying football players, Rangers players anyway. I don't mean talking the armour, but I'm not a big fan of really openly criticising players, but I'm going to have to do it to tell you this because I'm not a big fan of Connor Goldson. I've not been for a long time. I mean, actually, since the first game of the season against Aberdeen when we conceded that last-minute goal, I sort of watched him after that, and the movement he did for that goal was like, it was inconceivable. I couldn't work out what he was trying to do. It was like big Bertie Blomskjaer coming back again.
He just fell down, didn't he?
He didn't fall down. He jumped back with his 2 feet to try and block a shot that he thought was going to happen. And it didn't happen when the guy walks past him and put it in the net. He actually jumped back with 2 feet. It was the strangest thing you could see. And then the next game...
We've got a Connor Golson expert on the panel now, so carry on.
No, but I mean, it's just... It's that sort of... I think I've lost my thread a wee bit, but that's the sort of thing, you know, that I don't understand how guys like that constantly get in the team, and I've lost the thread, guys. I'm away. I don't know what I'm anymore.
No, but what you're saying is, I mean, obviously the manager pick the team, and sometimes you don't agree with their decisions.
And yet, there's the wee fella the other night, wee Tom, the commentator. I mean, he's bigging up Connor Goldson, saying that his passing had been exemplary and really, really good the other night. And I don't see it. I mean, so he gets some of his long, but see some of his diagonals are absolutely brilliant. But he seems to get himself into a wee bit of a ladder when he's got limited time to pass the ball. And he actually creates the limit in himself. He actually seems to, dawdle and donut and then wonder about, will I pass it left or right? And he's looking at it. And he seems to get himself into a pickle and where to put the ball. And it causes him problems, and it causes eventually us problems as well. And you could look at his passing stats and his completion rates and all the rest of it, and they might look all right. But in actual fact, in open play, I think if you look at the goals that we've conceded and his instrumental partner, see the Aberdeen goal, for example, see the one last year in the Cup semi-final, the corner that came in when Ferguson flattened, I can't remember who it was, and scored the goal. Connor Goldson stood basically on the penalty box. If you go back and look at this, he stood basically on the penalty spot, and he watched, and there was nobody on him. He wasn't whacking them. There was nobody about him, and the ball went right over the top. He didn't try and get up. He didn't try and... You see, that to me, that's the function of a centre half is. See, even if you're not going to get the ball, you've got to jump up, because at least you might distract the guy behind you, and he might not be able to see it at the last minute and get his head on it. But he didn't do any of these things. He actually stood there, and then as he turned round, Ferguson flattened whoever it was, and the ball was sailing into the net. And that's the sort of thing that I think that he does. Now, that might not come under his stats, but that's the sort of thing where I think the technical team are maybe, doing us a bit of harm. They're looking at stats and saying, well, this is good and that's good and all the rest of it. But in actual fact, in the actual open play and all the rest of it, there can't be a better fit for Brendan Gerrard or McAllister together, the two of them. And I wish sometimes they'd just go with their gut, make the changes earlier and do things like say, right, if I was playing, I would be doing this. I mean, if they were in the middle of the game and the centre half was doing some of the things that some of the centre halves do, or the winger wasn't, Kenty wasn't getting down the left-hand side, wasn't getting out on the wing, coming in too much, you've got to change it earlier. And I don't know how they're not getting to the point where they're reaching the same conclusion as the fans are reaching, because we're all sitting in the touchline going like, Jesus Christ, I mean, can they not see that this guy's not doing anything? I mean, the other night I was calling, me and my brother were both calling for Alfie to be, especially after he get booked. We're saying, get the boy off. He's just been booked. We can't afford to lose him. We've got our striker in hospital now. Take Alfie off because he's not doing anything, but he kept him on right up to 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the game. And you wonder why a guy with the experience of Gerrard and McAllister would be sitting there going like, let's get him off. They should be saying it, and yet they're not doing it. Now, I don't know whether they're actually...
I'm going to pass you over to our Connor Golson expert, mate, and see if he's got any comments to make what you've just said. I'm sure he has. Come on, old bear, get a fat swing.
I agree everything the boy said. Honest to God, man, it's unbelievable that the boy gets that amount of game time. It really is. I mean, I heard his interview. I watched that Rangers TV today, and he had the interview, and he slipped up. He went, well, I've played when I play with Katic or Edmondson, and then he thought to himself, I've just put myself in the team or whoever the gaffer's going to pick. I went, you're playing. No matter what you're doing, you're playing in that team, and you've made some horrendous mistakes, absolute horrendous mistakes for a centre-off, and you'll be back in next week. Katic makes one, out. Edmondson makes one, out. Big Helander would make a couple, he'll be out and all. But Big Connor seems to be the star in his eye. He seems to be the one he wants to have in his team. By the way, you live and die with your choices. I mean, he's the manager, and I'm not going to second guess him and say he's wrong or this. I just don't fancy him myself. If we win the league, we win the team. I'm the first to cheer and go, I was wrong, you were right. And I hope I was wrong, and I hope I is right. because at the end of the day, I just don't enjoy watching this boy defending. I really don't. I really don't.
Bridgeman, you've been complimentary at times.
As far as goals is concerned, he's probably the most experienced centre half we've got in the club. And I said this a year ago that we will have to start thinking. And I thought it'd have been in the summertime, and we did buy a big tall centre half. Centre half was Mr. Hellerman or something like that. Can't even remember his name. Helander, sorry. He is the best. He is the best centre half when he's on his game. He's the best centre half. But Goldson has been there all the time, and as always saying, he seems to get played all the time. Well, he does, simply for reliability. But everybody's saying the right things. The truth of the matter is, he is not the quality that Rangers want to go forward with, not Mr. Goldson. But he's going to have to do until such times as we get a far better centre half. And I'm looking for a far better and bigger, beefed up central defensive pair. And that's what I want. I'm not saying anything too much bad about the guys that are there. They're what we are. We have to live with it until at least the summertime. So we have to go with them and hope that they actually do the business for us better than they're doing at the moment. But really and truly, we the next step up. The manager's got to go and buy a double centre half pairing. If he uses Helander, that's fine. If he trusts him, but he needs to get another one. We need to get somebody with a bit more quality, because you can't go through the whole season hoping that Goldson doesn't screw up again or overhit the ball or will fall over the ball, or him and McCarthy get mixed up in defence and the guys run through. Because 3 of the goals we've lost this season has been big long punts up the park, and between the two of them they've screwed it up. That's the way I see it.
What better than you compliment?
Sometimes I feel Conor McGoldson is ball watches. What I mean by that is he lets the ball's always coming to him. As you mentioned about his headers, he just lets the ball bounce off. He doesn't go and attack. Headers. It's all been since he got up bang in the face off a Dykes, funny enough. And I think his bravery this year for me has been questioned. But I still feel he's the best at coming out from the back way ball. He has got that wee, 50-yard pass on him now and again, but it's not consistent enough. I'm not going to ever hang out Katic and Edmondson, because I think they're future stars. But Conor Goldson's going to get a finger out right now, mate, because see where it's looking. As Spinchman rightly says, they'll end up replacing him. And I'm going to ask you all a question. Does your squad need an overhaul? Would you start building new? Would you start looking new for next year?
Sure, they've got to be looking already, mate. They've got to be looking already.
Would you say it needs an overhaul, though, Ox? You're talking...
I wouldn't go for an overhaul, Mark, to be honest. I wouldn't go that far, but I would certainly positions I'd be looking at, and I'm sure they are. They must be. Surely that's their job. The scouting staff must sit there looking at players. I think
a club at Rangers should always be looking. I've always said that. We should always be the market.
In my opinion, we need six, probably 7 players.
That's almost
we need a whole defence.
We've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Andy, how we doing, mate?
I know, bad. The Goldson one. Aye. Well, I think with him, I think he gives a fear to everybody that's around him. If you watch the Shagger sometimes and the looks he gives that guy, I think that says it on itself. He's just... I wouldn't like him anywhere near me. I wouldn't like to think I was up with the clothes this Saturday night and that was what guy I was alive on. Honestly, no. He's terrible. He gets worse. As I said to you yesterday.
Andy, do you not think you can get after the defence with somebody's...
Well, no, because
you don't fancy him, no?
No, not he just.
But for me, when he's one of our better readers of the game as a defender, he has got flaws in his game, and that's when he thinks he's got a lot of time. He puts his arm up and he's Baresi, and then he puts us in trouble. The classic example where that was the Old Firm game at Ibrox, when it was his fault we conceded the first goal.
Well, you just beat me upon there. I was just going to say that myself. I mean, I don't know. I just think he speaks the team, man. Honestly, that's my opinion. I agree with the guys there that's just said that. I mean, like I said to you yesterday, I don't want to be criticising the own players, but I mean, as Bridge says, we need somebody far, far bigger, stronger that's going to go for it. I mean, he'll not put a tackle on. He'll not challenge anybody. He leaves it to the guys around him. And then when the mistake's made, he's looking round at him, more or less saying, what have you done there? Oh, no, it's you. It's him.
He doesn't have any pace.
He passes the buck, Andy, doesn't he? He passes the buck.
He does. He doesn't want to tackle. I don't think he can tackle. You know, he's all right on his own. Well, he'd be all right on his own. Totally on his own for me, like, not in the team. I mean, I've got a theory. Like, we're captain, we're vice captain. Our permanents in our team, yeah? Do you think Steven Gerrard demote them from captaincy and vice captain for fear of making them worse than what they are now? Because
I don't think he was scared, mate. I just think it'd be very hard because he's nailed his colours to a mast as far as M2 are concerned, didn't he? You know, he's more or less made him look undroppable. So it would look fairly, I don't know, I don't like to use this word, he'd look fairly daft to start dropping his captain and vice captain. That's a big, bold move today.
I think that's fantastic. And to be honest, you know, if you're halfway through a season and you're saying to your captain, vice captain, "Nail up, guys, it's no you two anymore," I think that's a fairly drastic move for halfway.
Yeah, I'm not saying drop them totally. What I'm saying here is, you know, everybody they could be sat on the bench just to give them a kick up the arse. You know what I mean? I think we need that. Yeah.
Do you remember what I did to the big Italian? What was his name?
Amoruso.
Dropped him. Put Barry Ferguson on.
Aye, yeah, it caused a wee bit of problems there. But when you look back, Amoruso took it and come in and became a grand centre half then after that. You know, and Barry and Amoruso got on really well. There was a bit of friction at the beginning. But
it shows you it can work when it's done properly.
Yes, well, Amoruso said, right, for the team, I don't think these two could. And I think, I mean, I look at Tavernier now, right, since he's come back, right, he's been out. Now, he can't defend, I think we'd all agree on that, but he's great going forward on his day.
I think you're wrong there. I think there's a guy on this panel who disagree with that.
I know there is, but if you let me finish what I'll say here, this is how I go, right?
Right.
See when he's in the team. I know. I know what's coming. I've listened long enough. But my theory on this one is, right, I don't think he can defend, right? Now, see when he's when he's going forward and all that, he's got all that. But see when he's not doing that as well, which he's not doing now, he's not taking, well, he's taking a shot, he's shanking it, or whatever he's doing with it. He's not creating. The boy Adji looks at him, come on, you're in space, you give me the ball, I'll do something. When he's not doing his forward play, he's giving you nothing. So he's a liability. That's my opinion on Tavernier.
Right, there's only one man that can answer that. We agree.
Aye, yep. Definitely.
Mr. Fox.
I think we noticed when he was missing out the side exactly what he brings to the side. I'll agree he's not had the greatest of games since he's came back for his injury. Or operation, but he'll soon be up to speed. I think he's still to form some sort of relationship with young Hadji if Hadji's going to be in the right side of the park. And I think also with Scotty Arfield playing in the middle of the three in the middle, I think there's a wee triangle there that once they get to know each other a bit better and adding Hadji to the mix of Arfield and Tav, I think we'll see that improving as the season goes on. Can I just say about Connor Goldson and Katic? We gave them a lot of stick to make mistakes. Teams have figured this out, Ox. They leave the two with the ball deliberately. Aberdeen done it against us. Livingston done it against us. What they do is their attackers come back and cover our midfielders, leaving they two with the ball. There's no movement up front and they've got to try long distance passes, and the opposition know that and win the ball in the air and gain back control of the ball. I think it's our midfield that's lacking now, and that's why we're not producing enough chances and scoring enough goals. I think the mix in there just isn't ticking over at the moment. Steve Davis, he's been no poor, but he's not been the top player that we know he is. And the same goes for Kamara when he's been in, or Joe Aribo.
And Ryan Jack, mate.
And Ryan Jack, correct.
We're full injury remarks, innit?
Arfield's scoring the goals, mate, but he's not playing brilliant. Poor bear.
Aye, you know, it's one of the most influential areas of your team, mate, innit? It's the engine room. And I just don't, and it's exactly what Fox is saying. Our defenders are getting forced to go long. Teams are letting their two centre halves have a ball because they know they're going to give away possession. It's going to go long or it's going to go short, but it's not going to get there. So it's intercepting. I don't think enough times our midfield are shown, and again, it's about making space, Ox. They're not shown, they're not finding pockets of space where Conor Goldson or Katic can fizz in a 5 or 10 yard pass. Everything's long, or it's overshot, or it's too short, because our guys are making it so difficult for the defence to pass out. And then what should happen, maybe I know Davis should go and receive the ball a bit deeper, and he should be one turning to there, or Jack should be going receiving deeper, so that our midfield, our centre halves don't have to ping a ball 40, 50 yards, which they can't do. I just think it's laziness. They need to be running and moving quicker, making space to receive a ball and be ready. Have a wee look over each shoulder, and you should know where that's going the next when you receive a ball, mate. And that's what's been pedestrianised, in my opinion. We're far too pedestrian, mate. It's too slow.
Too slow, you're right. It's that three-pass combination, isn't it? We're not doing that three-pass combination that gets you through. See a pressing team that press up on you. If you do the three-pass combination, you walk right through them. But we're not doing it anymore. We're doing it at the beginning of the season, but we're not doing it now. And then you're saying to yourself, now start that again, and you'll make all the space you want, especially in the midfield for the midfielders to create a bit and the forwards. But we're not doing it. What we're doing is passing it straight to your feet, and then the person who's getting it is trying to turn. As soon as you try to turn with a press, the press has got the advantage on you.
Aye. And then the break. They're broke.
And then the break.
You know what I mean?
And then the break.
Yep. Aye.
So they wee combinations, we've stopped doing them.
And they've been told to. And they've been told. And, you know, it's weird. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. You know, I dare say read the answers, maybe. We be sitting where he is, but...
Port Bear, if you watch the training videos, that's all they do. It's these wee short group passing amongst ourselves. I think it's 5 passes and then they've got to have a shot and goal or whatever. Right. And they don't produce that in the game. It looks good in the training when they're moving and short, quick passing to each other. But when we get onto the park at the weekend, they just don't seem to be able to produce that.
It's an easy game in training, folks.
Aye, but I mean, let's be honest, if you watch the training videos, it's not just I mean, they're really getting challenged with other players in their group. And they all seem capable of finding the good, quick pass and move. But when it comes to the game, as I say, on the day, they don't seem to produce it. They were producing it at the start of the season, but it seems to have collapsed on the park.
It's like even the pressing side of the game, Fox, as well, isn't it? We don't press teams. We press the life out of teams the first 6 months as well, and that's even stopped. And it seems to be everything to do with hard work, you know, movement, get yourself in space, press, everything involves you constantly, you know, really exerting yourself. It just seems to be that's the bits they're not doing at the moment, the hard side of the game. You know
Can
I
come in, Ox, yeah?
On you go, mate.
I'm just going to say that what Port's saying is true, but you've also got to remember that these teams are just, as soon as they lose the ball, they're just coming straight, to all intents and purposes, coming straight back into defence and allowing our defenders the freedom they want. And they can, but you know, when you see Conor Goldson or Katic moving into the opposition half and they're allowing them space, they're just allowing them space to come in. All they're doing is narrowing that band. And yet, as I was trying to say this earlier, you end up with their 10 outfield players somewhere between their 18-yard box and their 18-yard line and their 6-yard line. But you're never going to feed a ball through that. Well, you need to be very, very good to do that. You're not going to find anybody, and particularly if you're a centre half.
I always thought that was quite an easy skill, Bridge.
What's that?
That kind of pass.
Going through to 8 players and 9 players? I don't think so. You know what I mean? But throw so much. If it's a Ryan Kent or it's a Stephen Davis or one of our Hadji, then I can understand them trying to do it. But no, the centre half. Centre-half's got to release the ball as quickly as possible once he gets up to the halfway line. He shouldn't be venturing up there until it's a corner kick or a free kick. That's the way I look at it anyway.
But I'm fed up. I've said yesterday, I'm fed up my right back, my left back, and even my centre-halves now, touching the ball more times than my number 10 and my wingers and my centre-forward and things. I'm sick of it. Because they're wanting, as Fox said, they're wanting certain players on the ball. They want their players on the ball because they're not going to hurt them. So what we need to do is create the space, and that's what Port's saying. The energy's been out of the team for whatever reason. We're not moving. We're not putting the energy into the team and the parts of the part where we should be putting in, the press. The whole lot is taken out. That component's been taken out of the team for some odd reason. I don't know why, but it is. It's not there. And once we get it back, and it will come back, but once we get it back, you'll see us flying again. But at that time, you're still losing points. You can't lose any more points going forward and expect to win leagues here. So we need to keep winning.
I think by the time that happens, Albert, it could be too late. You know what I mean? So it's going to have to happen rather sharpish because there's very little wriggle room left now. You know,
well, Stardog said yesterday, it starts with the Livingston game, so it started, Rudy, so we're on our way.
And by the way, we nearly got a bit of luck yesterday, didn't we? Could have went for this elsewhere, couldn't it? It could have went. I know it's if buts, maybes, but it could have went for this somewhere else yesterday. But
time for that.
What was that?
I said there's still time for that.
Yeah. Hopefully you're
Is that the team you're talking about? Their centre-half turned around and apparently said that he's a red-hot Celtic fan.
And he was responsible for the goal, one of the goals.
That's correct. Unbelievable.
Imagine if somebody playing for Livingston had come out and said that about Rangers.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, that just goes to prove what Fox was saying, right? Is that they're actually imposing on our team, make sure that they get the ball to Golson or Katic, and that way they dither on the ball, and therefore the speed's taking out the attack, and that's what we're changing. So we need to get somebody back, take the ball after these two, not harming them, but take the ball after them and get Davis back. We've got all these players that are so similar, like Aribo and all the rest of it. They're also up the top third of the park, and they're good. Their feet are great and all the rest of it. But they're not creating because they're not getting the ball at their feet and they're not doing the work. So we need to get somebody to come back, take the ball off the defenders, get it moving quicker for that point instead of giving them time to settle on it. Because that's what's happening. Our defenders, when they've got the ball, dither, and before you know it, everybody's marked up, there's nowhere to go. And like I think it was Bridge said, and then they're compressing it, and we've got them 30 yards for the goal, and we've got everybody in that area, so there's nowhere to go.
We've had midfielders in the past, guys, that's went and took the ball straight off a centre-half's feet. You know, midfielders, Barry Ferguson used to do it, Paul Gascoigne used to do it, go and take it off a defender's feet, and then they would start to move themselves, because we didn't have maybe the defenders weren't as technically gifted. But our midfield's not doing that at the moment. They're not going short, they're not taking the ball, they're not taking ownership. You know, it's all about, sticking your chest out and saying, I'm going to do this. And I don't feel Jack, Davis, I think they're hiding at the moment. As if they're hiding. They're not going and saying, right, grab a ball by horns, right, I'm going to go and get a ball and I'm going to drive us forward. That's not happening. So our defenders are getting made look like Haddies because they've got to ping a 40 or 50 yard pass. Katic just putting it out of park, and Goldson's, 1 in 10, he'll hit a lovely pass at 1 in 10. But so teams are allowing us to get possession.
Lies the problem though, Mark, because Jack and Davis were two of our most consistent first half of the season. They were fantastic for the first half of the season. So what's gone wrong just between,
totally agree.
Between the end of the year and, since they come back from Dubai? I mean, I know Ryan Jack was out injured. Stephen Davis had a wee injury, so he was out for a wee bit and then he was dropped for a couple of, wasn't rested for a game or two. But these are guys who were consistent performers week in, week out.
Talking about consistent performers, Rudy. You won't believe us. We've reached that time of the evening.
All right.
Rich man.
What can we say to that? Just marvellous night once again. Marvellous chat. Really, really good. Very intelligent discussion. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope that Rangers Radio continues to give this quality of stuff. It's really good. Marvellous to listen to, very enjoyable. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, keep it going for the Rangers, because tonight of all nights, Keep it going. The Rangers need us. Keep it going.
You're here. Can I thank everybody joined us on the panel? Can I thank all the callers -1? And can I thank Fox and Old School Boy for doing the technicals, and also everybody who took part in the lobby and all the other social media outlets. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Boy.
Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it. Go Rangers, do it if we can. Go Rangers, win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Oh, Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.